Hi there. I know it can be extremely frustrating when you're trying to figure out how to get to our live classes or those class connects, whether if you're new, maybe you have gotten a new computer, or there's just some issues with getting to Class Connect. Hopefully this video helps. I'll show you how to get to the classes as well as put in some tips and tricks on how to get there. So this is what you should see when you log into your student account. This is your home page with your tabs on the left-hand side and your email access up on the upper right-hand corner. I have located with arrows 2 different ways that you can access those live classes. On the left-hand side, you can click on the My Schedule tab, which I will show you in just a second. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that chain link icon. If you click on that, you'll get this drop-down menu where you can click on Class Connect. I want to show you these 2 different ways to get there because as we know, technology can be glitchy, so I want you to know both areas to find your live classes in case one area isn't quite loading. Another good thing to know is that you should have your browser on full screen. If you don't have your browser on full screen, it can appear that your classes are disappearing in that My Schedule tab, but it's really just the browser accounting for the fact that it isn't at full screen. So that's a quick troubleshooting. If you feel like your classes aren't there in your My Schedule tab, that's a quick way to take a look and see if you're able to find it there. If you click on the My Schedule tab, this is what you should see next. So on that left-hand side, you'll see all of the assignments due that day. On the right-hand side, underneath Events, that is where all the live class connects will be. I'm making this video on a Friday, so you could see that this student doesn't have very many class connects to attend. And this is true. On Fridays, it's a lot of your own independent work time, so you'll have less class connects to go to and more time to work. But ignoring that, I want to kind of do a demonstration for this optional social hour. So you can see the arrow pointing there. You can see it's open from 2 o'clock until 3 o'clock. That is when the class session will be open, and you won't be able to access that class outside of those times unless there's a recording for that class. Just know, too, that while it does start at 2 o'clock, you can enter as early as 15 minutes ahead of time. So in this case, you could enter in at 1:45. If you use the chain link icon at the top of your homepage and click on Class Connect, this is the way that your schedule would appear in that new tab. So just a different way of looking at it, but you can still see the same for Friday classes. Let's go ahead and click on one of the classes and see what happens next. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you from the My Schedule tab how to click to enter the class connected. I want you to see the pop-up that comes up. After clicking on Optional Social Hour, I had this issue come up. So it says Firefox prevented this site from opening a pop-up window. So what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to click on Options, and you'll want to click Allow Pop-ups. After clicking on Allow Pop-ups, this is what came up next. So you will have this new tab open up that says Blackboard Collaborate, and it will come up with this dialog box. So it will say you have chosen to open meeting.collab. What should Firefox do with this file? You'll want to click Open With, have Blackboard Collaborate Launcher as the default, and then I suggest having it automatically do this for files from now on. That will save you a lot of time in the future, so have this box clicked. And you can go ahead and click OK. It's good to know that it looks like nothing's really happening, but things are happening in the background. And so this can take up to 3 to 5 minutes, so just be patient with it. It'll depend on your internet connection and the speed of your computer. But I promise if you click on OK, Run, Yes, any of those positive words, it will open up for you. So with this new dialog box, I'm going to go ahead and click on Run, that positive word. See, it took a second for it to open up. Now the class is open. This is what a typical Class Connect looks like. You can see the other participants over here in the participants box. You can see the chat, and this is the whiteboard. So we're just waiting right now for a teacher to come in. Now let's go back to this screen and let's say that this page opened up for you, but you didn't get that first dialog box asking what to do with the file. At this point, you could look in two different areas to find where it downloaded. So up here in the upper right hand corner where you see this downwards arrow, if you click on that, it will open up your downloads within the browser. So if a pop-up didn't come up for you, you could click right here and click on Open File, and it will open up just the same way as we saw before. And it opens up. Now let's say for some reason your browser doesn't look like mine. So maybe you're running a different browser like Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, a different type of browser. First off, I would recommend you to use Firefox. It is the recommended browser for K-12. So in a lot of instances, it will stop you from going to class just because you don't have the Firefox browser. So that's my first tip. Second, if you absolutely need to use Google Chrome or a different browser for any other reason, there's still a way to locate where the file downloaded. You can look within your computer itself for your downloads folder. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. I have Windows 10, so my computer might look a little bit different from yours. I have this File Explorer icon down at the bottom, so it looks like a manila yellow colored folder, and I can click right on that. And then on that left hand side, I just clicked on downloads. So depending on how your computer is set up, you might have lots of different folders like I do, but downloads with this icon should be somewhere in here. While you're in the downloads folder, you can look for anything that's labeled as meeting with this purple icon. From here, you could double click and you could open the class this way. Remember, you'll always want to click on Run, and then it's working in the background and it will open up. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions, and we are excited to see you in Class Connect. One more piece of information that I want to give you before I exit this recording is that you'll get to the point where you have a lot of these meeting files in your downloads. So for me as an advisor, I have to clear out my downloads folder around once a month to get all of these meeting files gone. Once you've attended the class, you'll never use that same file again. So depending on how you want to set it up, you can either routinely delete these files after every week or every month, or you can do it right away, whatever works for you. But you'll want to notice that each time that the file downloads, it's called a meeting, but it will have a number attached to it. So here you can see 67, 68, 69, 70. 70 would be the most recent meeting file that you downloaded. 67 would be the oldest file downloaded. So if you're searching through your downloaded files looking to get to your current class, you'll want to make sure that you're clicking on the right meeting file.